Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Football Takeover for our Arsenal versus Sunderland preview show. Thank you for everybody who is tuning in. It's obviously me, G Talks Arsenal, your host for tonight's show, and I'm also joined by Neil and Nick. So it's going to be even more difficult tonight because I got to get the names right, but they're both on the screen. Whatever you do, lad, don't be switching the names up during the show. Yeah, the week I've had and the day I've had, I'm going to be in absolute bits. We are also going to be joined by, obviously, our partner in crime, Coach Ali, and we also probably will be expecting to be joined by Brenny. But also want to big up Bobby in the background, pulling the strings in case I get stuck. But yeah, first of all, obviously, Neil, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, good, guys. Hope everyone's well and had a good week so far. Ready up for the weekend for the football game. I think it's it's going to be a big weekend. So I'm excited.
Definitely. And Nick, how you doing?
All good. Hope everybody's happy and healthy and ready for the weekend of football.
Excellent. So yeah, we're going to get straight into it. Like I say, I will bring in Coach Ali and Brenny as and when they kind of join, because we are expecting both of them to be on the stream this evening. So I'm just going to bring up, obviously, the first slide, because we are here to talk about all things Arsenal versus Sunderland. So obviously, kind of, Arsenal versus Sunderland tomorrow, I believe, 3 p.m. kickoff. Feels like we've not had one of those in a while. So obviously, like kind of head to head, with Sunderland. Before we actually go on to that, I kind of want to get your opinions and obviously your views, because it's been a little bit indifferent recently with regards, obviously, Arsenal. Coach Ali is with us, so let me bring him into the stream now before we get started. Let me just take the graphics that we've got off the screen. So obviously, it's been a little bit indifferent. We've been struggling for form in the league, but then we got a convincing win against Leeds at the weekend, 4-0 win. And then obviously, quite an important cup game midweek against the Chelsea. So we are off to Wembley. So I'll come to you first, Nick. How are you feeling approaching what is obviously a really important game at the weekend versus Sunderland?
I think we talk a lot. We're going to talk about lineups, tactics, all of that sort of stuff. I think the thing that Arteta has to do is get it compartmentalized. Each game focused with the right emotional temperature. And that's the only thing that I'm worried about. We are playing teams now that know that they can sit deep and try to counter-attack because we need the points to win the title. It's how we overcome that. And that's the attack clicking. It's all sorts. So I'm not nervous because I feel that Arsenal on their day can beat any team. And I truly believe that. It's not me being a big head or anything like that. I honestly believe that this team, when they're on form, can beat anyone. Let's just hope it's one of those days.
And obviously, Ali, you was in, then you wasn't in, then you're in now again. So apologies for not coming to you. How you doing, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Busy week at work and just a few technical issues, but we've sorted out the Wi-Fi and stuff, so we're good to go.
Excellent. And your thoughts, obviously, ahead of what is a big game in the Premier League?
Yeah, Sunderland at home. It should be 3 points. I expect 3 points. I'm not going to change my stance on how the season's going. I was very calm the other night against Chelsea. They had to come and break us down. They couldn't. We're ahead. There's a narrative going around for the whole week. Pros, ex-pros, you've played Champions League football. Why are you going to overexert yourself when you know you've got the opposition at arm's length? Same thing tomorrow. We have Geek said, it's the game state tomorrow is different. We have to be more aggressive. We have to be more aggressive in our press. We have to be more aggressive in our play out from the back. Less sideways football tomorrow, and we got to get that first goal, and then that should hopefully open up the game into the type of game we want it to be, which is for Sunderland to come out of that mid to low block. They don't have Granit Xhaka, if I'm not mistaken. There you go, just been put up on the screen as well. So listen, they're a very good side. I expect us to win. That's all I'll say at this point in time. But yeah, I expect us to win. I'm not worried. I'm I'll be extremely annoyed if we don't get 3 points.
No problem. And I'll come to you because I was literally just about to bring Brenny in after I came to you, Neil, but Brenny has gone. So hopefully he comes back in and I'll bring him on. So coming to you, Neil, obviously, you know, you kind of heard from Nick, you've heard from Coach Ali with regards to how they're feeling. I'm going to slightly change up the question a little bit. Given the added context that Man City have what could be a very tricky game away to Liverpool at Anfield, do you think this makes the Arsenal game, obviously at home to Sunderland, even bigger an opportunity for us to kind of pile on that pressure ahead of their showdown at Anfield?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, I don't want to put any pressure on the team. I leave that up to the pundits and so on and so forth, because I think that's their agenda at the moment is let's pile the pressure on Arsenal. Let's see if they crumble. But I think, look, when we play without pressure, we seem to play a different game. And it's been like that this whole season where we should have picked up points. We haven't picked up points because there's been a little bit of an added pressure onto us. So whoever that dude is.
Yeah.
So anyways, so I think for me, you know, I think there will be a little bit of added pressure on there. I think City... I mean, I think City looked pretty good the other night, if I'm honest with you. I really do think they look good with the change-ups they made as well.
Yeah.
But I think, from my point of view, I think we beat Sunderland tomorrow. I think it'll be quite a sticky game for the first 20 minutes. And then I think we land up getting the job done tomorrow. And, you know, normally I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going to bullishly go in there, 3-1 win, no worries. But I honestly believe the first 20 minutes will be quite sticky, and then, but I think we will get it done. Man City, on the other hand, I think they have I think this is their bogey weekend as well. Let's see how they do, but again, I don't think we should rely on them. I think we should just go out, get our job done, and get the win.
Absolutely, and obviously, perfect timing. Bernie, how you doing, bro? All good?
Yeah. All good, everybody. All good.
Excellent.
Can't complain. Life's all right at the moment. You know what I mean. So, but hope you all are good, everyone.
Yeah, no, we're all good. So we've heard from Nick, we've heard from Coach Ali, and we've heard from Neil. Obviously, going into this weekend's fixture, obviously Arsenal at home playing Sunderland. So, I mean, I'm going to kind of put the two questions to you. So, how are you feeling? Obviously, approaching tomorrow's 3 p.m. kickoff, and do you think this is? Do you think? I mean, it's not one of those fixtures you really look at and go, "Wow, it's a really important." It's, you know, I'll be honest, it's not a fixture I really look at the beginning of the season and go, "Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to that game." I know Sunderland started the season really, really well, and the first game was a tricky one. I think their form has obviously dipped since the first fixture we had against them. But how are you feeling going into the game? And do you feel that this fixture has been somewhat, you know, magnified due to the fact that City could potentially stumble against Liverpool at Anfield?
Yeah, this fixture, I feel it's one of them games that it's got, for me, it's got home win written all over it. And I don't know if you guys have probably touched on it already, but Sunderland's away form is so poor. I don't know what it is. I think that will stand us in good stead tomorrow. But their away form is absolutely dire. I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure the last time they won away from home was at Stamford Bridge a few months ago. You know what I mean? But I just feel that after watching them, I watched the whole West Ham Sunderland game a couple of weeks ago, and I watched it with interest because I thought Sunderland were never in the game, and West Ham just pulverised them. And I thought to myself, I said to myself, I expect us to do that to them in the Emirates in a couple of weeks, regardless of with our form or whatever. And Granit Xhaka will be a big miss for him. Massive. I mean, he's been instrumental in their home form, particularly because it's incredible. Yes, it's incredible that you never ever thought that they would be the only team in the Premier League that's still unbeaten at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would never think that. I think, Regis Lebris, I think with him tomorrow, what I've noticed about him as well, when when they were at West Ham, they went to play football. There was no low blocks.
Yeah,
I know it's us, but I think Sunderland will try and play football tomorrow, in my opinion. And I think that would help us. But even if they went with a low block, I still think we will win this game. And the reason why I say I think we'll win this game comfortably is because the lads have just got to a final, and I think that will help them.
Yeah, I
that confidence of getting to a final. You know, if we'd have lost on Tuesday, I think that I just think that our heads will be down. We'll probably win the game, but it'd be a struggle. But I actually think we will blow Sunderland away tomorrow.
Nice, absolutely. I think that added context there is brilliant as well. You know, I think you could see from the kind of post-game celebrations, you know, against Chelsea. I mean, it wasn't much of a spectacle, but the narrative, I mean, floating around during the game from the commentary, which was dire. And obviously since then was like during the game and after the game was, you know, Arsenal not doing enough. Well, I mean, we won away from home 3-2. We didn't really need to do much in the game other than really keep a clean sheet, but we didn't just do that. We went on to win the game as well, quite comfortably, really. 4-2 over the two legs. I mean, looking at obviously the stats now on the screen for those that are listening, we're looking at the head-to-heads. So Arsenal and Sunderland have played each other 33 times. There's been obviously 11 draws. Arsenal have had 19 wins, 11 being at home, 8 being away. Sunderland have had 3 wins, 3 being all at home, and 0 away victories. In recent meetings, if you look at the score lines, you've got Sunderland and Arsenal sharing a 2-2 draw. Arsenal winning 2-0, 4-1, sharing another 0-0 draw, and then an Arsenal 3-1 win. So, I mean, I'll come to you. I'll start again at the top of my screen. I'll come to you, Neil. I mean, you know, I don't think there are many Arsenal fans going into this fixture being concerned about this game, but is this a potential banana skin fixture for us?
Look, I think we've got to take Sunderland seriously. They're a decently well set up team this season. You know, I think, but from my point of view, I mean, I'm not worried about Sunderland. If we play how we need to play and we play properly, I don't give Sunderland a chance at home. Look, Sunderland at their home is a different game. Their crowd, you know, the Xhaka missing, as we've all said. I think that's the big difference. But at our place, I'm not worried about Sunderland. I think it'll be a sticky first 20 minutes. I think Arsenal will iron them out, feel them out a little bit. Look at the way they're setting up. But after that, I think we tear them apart. I really do. Comfortably.
Nick, obviously looking at the form guide here, I mean, we're all fully aware of our form. Wasn't the greatest. Obviously, with, you know, a couple of, you know, after the Bournemouth game, which we won, we had 2 draws and a defeat, but then a convincing win against Leeds, which I'll be honest, I wasn't massively optimistic about. But looking at, you know, the Sunderland form, obviously a 0-0 draw with Spurs, a 3-0 defeat away, obviously, to Brentford. 2-0 win. I mean, it looks pretty obvious from the form guide that what most of the lads have said already is that Sunderland at home are a completely different kettle of fish to playing away. So, do you see a convincing victory for Arsenal at home tomorrow?
I think what the form guide there highlights what Brenny was saying. You know, they felt they could give West Ham a game. They lost 3-1. They felt they could get Brentford a game. They lost 3-0, and they went and they got a result at Tottenham because they didn't play that kind of football. And so we can expect the Sunderland that turned up at Tottenham is where my head would be at, except for minus Xhaka. So I think they've got the capacity to make it tight. And the fact that we need to score, it is all about mentality now. We need to be mentality monsters. It's not Sunderland as a team. You look at the teams we've got in the up against this year. I think depending on the lineup that will be picked, I'm not sure we need to go. Sometimes I'm not convinced we need Declan and Zubi in certain games. I'd like to see a little bit more of an attack, something that unlocks the defence. I think the lineup will be key to how comfortable the afternoon will be. It'll be a tight one. and we're looking to use a corner to open the scoring, or is it a case of we've set up more aggressively and we get one, get two, game could be over by half time? So for me, it's all on the lineup.
Ali, I'll come to you. Do Sunderland come to the Emirates to play football, or do they shut up shop and hope to frustrate us as much as possible?
Just before we go on, can you hear some background noise?
A little bit.
If someone's got some background noise, just turn it down a little bit because it's echoing through.
Sorry,
when they're talking.
Yeah, it's me.
All good, Brenny. But yeah, no.
Sorry,
yeah. All good, Brenny. It's all good, bro. But I expect that what everyone else has been doing. They're going to come, sit in the mid-low block, and they're going to play on the counter-attack. They've got very pacey wingers, technical players in midfield. They've got one or two good centre-halves. Whether they play 3 or 5 at the back or 2 at the back in the centre, we'll find out obviously closer to kickoff. In the Tottenham game, when they played away, Spurs had a lot of chances. So we've got to make sure that we are clinical and take those opportunities early. Mm-hmm. I saw them play live at the G-Tech for Brentford 3, Sunderland 0. They kind of played on the back foot in that game as well. So it's quite strange. So whether they're going to... It's very interesting how they set up. I mean, they missed the penalty. The lad just done a Panenka and it went straight into Kelleher's hands. I don't know if you guys remember that or watch the highlights of that. But apart from that, they didn't really create much against Brentford either, away from home. So they're a very, like the boys have said on the panel already, they're a very interesting side. Obviously, they got the home crowd support, the adrenaline, the atmosphere is totally different when you're playing at the Stadium of Light. When they go away from home, they feel a very passive side, a very reactive side. They're not going to be proactive tomorrow again.
No.
That's what they were like against Brentford. Brentford could have won that 4 or 5. And if Brentford can do that to them, long throws, they're not really good at dealing with corners, set pieces. Again, that's another thing that we're good at. So it's all about, like the boys have said, the first 20 minutes. If we score a goal or 2 early, it could end up being 3 or 4. If we end up squandering chances, the crowd get restless, then you know how the script goes. And then in the second half, we need to be more aggressive with our substitutions in this game if it is 0-0 at 60, 70 minutes. So we actually go for the win rather than sitting back like we did against Liverpool and end up with a 0-0, basically.
Yeah.
So it's the order of the day is obviously pick the right team, win, but game management, game state will also play a huge part. If we're 3-0 up, I expect Kai Havertz to start this game in the 10. Whether or not Odegaard is fit or not, Havertz is my number 10 until the end of the season at least. Eze didn't do too much the other night to prove me otherwise. I know he needs games and a run of games in the side. If he's going to get into this side tomorrow, he's got to be playing on the left wing. For me, Havertz, since he's been back, I think we've got 9-10 goals in the minutes that he's played. We were 3-0 up, 2-3-0 up before we got substituted against Leeds. We scored 3 goals against in the Champions League game against Kiryat. So the guy will unlock other players. Does that mean he needs to score or assist in every game for that to happen? No. But I just think that's the more aggressive approach. Zubimendi in the 8, Rice in the 6, and then Havertz in the 10.
No problem. And obviously the graphic we've got now up on the screen, I'll come to you, Brenny, is obviously, I don't think we're going to spend too much time. We can see at the moment on the screen, it says Odegaard is 91% fit. Saka is 84% fit. Obviously, there'll be a lot of debate whether they should start or not. We'll get onto that when we look at the predicted lineups and we look at some of the lineups that some of Bobby's people have put together. But the big one that I wanted to kind of put to you, Brenny, is obviously, we've kind of slept on, reflected on the news that obviously Moreno will be out until late May. I mean, how do you feel about that injury? Because obviously that injury kind of came at a little bit of a surprise to all. We didn't dip in the market, which is what I expected us to do. I didn't expect us to kind of strengthen the squad. Obviously, I mean, how pivotal do you think that injury will be now that the games are kind of coming thick and fast between now and the end of the season? I mean, Sunderland at home is probably a game someone like Marino probably could have featured in.
Yeah, I mean, Marino. I'll tell you what we'll miss of him. What we'll miss from Marino is for me, he's one of those players that I find that he performs better when he comes off the bench, and if you give him 30 minutes, I just find that he always does something. He's always involved, and just Chardonnay time. Dylan. He should be down the Apollo at the road, down the road from me. He's a funny guy, man. I love him. Yeah. So with Marino, I think we're missing his input, because I feel with him, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, I felt before the injury, I was saying that, you know what, they've all got parts to play, and I just feel that with Marino, we will miss him, but we won't miss him, because I think if we don't get any more injuries, we've got the squad to cope with the 4 competitions we're in. You know what I mean? And because of that as well, and for me, I'm a big Ethan fan. And the reason why, one of the main reasons why I didn't want him to go on loan was because I was just dreading more injuries. And this is an example. Obviously, we don't want anyone else to get injured, but I think I agree what Ali just said with regards to Kai Havertz. But the only thing I'm worried about is I'm just worried that he'll break down, because I think it'll be a blow if he does. And I think we have to look after him. We have to look after him. We do. You know what I mean?
I think we
really
will.
have to look after him. Yeah. We have to
we
look
will,
after him.
because if we're going to manage his minutes, obviously he's going to be playing 60, 70 minutes. I expect the games that he plays and starts in, I expect us to be in the lead in majority of those games, if not all of them. That's how confident I am going into these games. I'm not really fussed about the opposition anymore, and I haven't been all season, to be honest. So it's just a matter of the tactics, selection, manage everybody's minutes, Declan Rice's minutes. We've got to play Norgard more. These are the things that he hasn't done in the beginning of the season. Norgard's top draw.
Yeah,
every time he's come on for the Arsenal, he hasn't put a foot wrong.
He's never let us down.
He's played at Wembley. He got Brentford to the Premier League, high pressure game, £100 million game. Done that. He's been captain of Brentford for many, many years. He's got all he understands. He knows what he's got to do. He's an international footballer for Denmark.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been to a World Cup. He's been to a Euros, I think, one of the two. So we've got the depth. It's like Brenny just said. Ethan is a miss, but no matter what happens this season, we as a fan base can't blame that decision for costing us the league, because we've got Max Dowman. Max Dowman's around the corner. Max Dowman is the perfect guy to replace Ethan's minutes. He's got the ability, he's got the talent already.
Yeah.
He's already shown early in the season against, I think it was Leeds at home, gets the penalty. He gets the ball and attacks and goes at people, just like Ethan does. Ethan's got more experience. His development is further down the line, hence why he's gone out on loan. So as long as De Zerbi stays at Marseille, Ethan's going to play pretty much every single game from the start. And I'm keeping an eye out on Marseille's team selections.
Yeah, definitely.
And since he's been there, he started both games, and he's come off around the 65th, 70th minute in both matches. Yeah. So he's at that phase of his career where he needed minutes and he wanted to go, as well as the club wanting to put him out. And so he comes back as a fully fledged 10 next season, in my opinion. So then what's going to happen? Odegaard, there's rumours that he might be going. Bobby's put something down in the comments I'm sure G's going to talk about in a second. So I think as a whole, I don't think we should panic so much. And it's up to Arteta and the staff to make sure the rotation is done correctly.
Yeah. And I mean, we've seen the benefit of, a really good loan spell can do. We just have to think back to Saliba. when he went to the French league. So I'm kind of hoping that Nwaneri's obviously loan move to Marseille will have a similar impact. Just want to come to this Bobby banger, one of two bangers, and that I'm going to bring up on the screen. So here Bobby says, regarding transfers, 2 signings are 99.9% done for the summer. We will have a busy summer. You will be excited with a little bit of disappointment, but we are building a squad full of quality. And I think he's just kind of touching upon the whole thing that at the end of the day, when it comes to transfers, it's impossible to please the entire fan base. The second Bobby banger of this evening is answering Mohammed's question, which was put up, and it says it's a done deal with Ox. And obviously he's referring to Ox-Chamberlain coming in and joining the coaching staff. So there you have it, 2 Bobby
also, if you have a look, he's got there maybe 6 incomings at the moment.
Nice.
That's correct.
Nice. I'm not sure where that one is. It might be 6 incomings
On our
at the moment.
on our previous stream, he said between 4 and 6 incoming.
Yeah, which is good.
That's consistent.
Yeah, which is good.
I think
we want a busy summer.
I think what Bobby's alluding to with some will be disappointed is some of the outs that are going to be going.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because I think if we're bringing 6 in, you got to make room for those 6 players. And I think, I don't know, I'm just obviously having a think about it, but I think that's what Bobby's kind of alluding to.
Yeah.
I mean, if we just quickly touch on that, G, before we move on, about transfers. So just say, for example, those 99.9%, let's just presume that one is Alvarez, the other one is Boadi, right? Then you've got 4 remaining. So what positions are we looking at then?
Left wing.
You're probably looking at a left winger, as Geeks just said. That's probably like a Yildiz or a Barcola or someone of that ilk. Then you're looking at a central midfielder. No, we've got Boadi there because Bobby said we're looking at 2 midfielders. Because I don't think we're going to buy a 10. Because we've got Ethan, we've got Havertz. I think Havertz is going to stay and Odegaard's going to go.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because the way we're playing the Gyökeres connection with Havertz already that I've seen more in 90 minutes or over 3 games than I have all season with Odegaard and Gyökeres whenever Odegaard's been fit to play. So I've got a feeling maybe before December, it was probably Kai leaving in the summer, Odegaard staying. And I got the staff, Arteta, the management, Berta, whoever, they probably thought, you know what? I think it's time for Martin O to go. Keep Kai in the 10. That's why he got dropped. He got dropped against Leeds. That's just a fact. No, it's not we don't have to be rocket scientists to figure that one out. So that's one big departure. The other big departure could be Ben White from right back. Because Everton keep getting linked with him. Bobby's mentioned it in the past. So that could be another outgoing that, Odegaard, Ben White, Jesus, Martinelli, and or Trossard. Those are the bulk of the outs. Obviously, we're going to keep Eze, and he deserves to stay. And I think he'll grow into whatever role he is given at the Arsenal. I think he will flourish a lot more next season.
Yeah.
But as the season goes on, players like Havertz, Eze, Saka as well, I think they'll get more GA because teams are going to come on to us. If we score first in games, we'll end up smashing teams 4 or 5. I said that before the Leeds game. We are going to start smashing teams. I didn't expect 4 at Leeds, but we're due to beat, in the Premier League especially, teams by 3 or 4 on a regular basis. And I'm hoping the next 3-4 weeks we can do that. And then our points tally will be maybe, I think, between 8 and 12 points ahead before the Etihad, because that's what I want. I want to win the league at the Etihad.
Yeah. Right. No, thank you for that. No, it's good to, it's always good to kind of touch upon transfers. Obviously, we've only just come out of the January window. I know some fans haven't necessarily been overly happy that we didn't dip into the market, but I think 9 out of 10 fans understand we've got a bloated squad. We've got the quality we need. There really is no excuse this season in terms of options. I'm going to come to you, Nick. Obviously, on the screen, we have the predicted lineups. I'm not going to spend too much time on the Sunderland one coming to you, but obviously we've got a predicted lineup of Raya in goal, back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hikape, and then we've got a midfield three of Zubi, Rice, Havertz, and then a front three of Madueke, Trossard, and Gyökeres. I mean, if that is the lineup at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, what are your thoughts?
I think that's not maybe left wing. I'm always looking at, is it a Trossard game? Is it a Martinelli game? You know, is it kind of, and then that's always what I'm kind of totting up in my head. Which one's the best one there? Hincapié, I felt, had a really good game against Chelsea. I like the lad. Seriously, I just got a feeling that he's going to be absolutely brilliant for us. So defensively, absolutely nailed on strong. Midfield, the only reason why I'm umming and ahhing is obviously a very good lineup, but it's just that, do we want, like we've got Havertz, are we able to drop Rice or Zubi and put in Eze and go a little bit more attacking, or is that a substitution you make at some point? Do you hear what I'm saying? But it's here's my thoughts. I think if I said that and make it as a substitution, I think everybody would go, yeah, okay, that makes sense. We'll make it as a substitution. But I want to get games done. And so that's what I'm thinking. And sometimes you've just got to put faith that Rice or Zubi can hold this midfield and maybe go a little bit more attacking and do what we're saying about squad management. And I would rather us try and win it in the first half rather than the crowd get the team all nervous if it's not working and we're trying to snatch at something, because then you're playing 90 minutes competitively again rather than 70 minutes where you've killed the game off. That's the only thing in my head, boys. So
yeah,
I appreciate it, but I'd like to go a little bit more at them.
Yeah, I'm going to come to you, Neil, because I know you got your hand up as well. Obviously, the predicted lineup is there, so give me your thoughts on that, and obviously bounce back to anything you've heard from Nick.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, Hincapié had an amazing game, but I need my boy Calafiori back in there. I think he just creates so much going forward and defensively as well, although he's slower than Hincapié. But I'd like to see him back starting in the team, because I think you need to give him a run against maybe not a City or some game like that to get himself back in. But I think a Sunderland game would be decent to get him back in, get him firing for the games to come. But I think, I mean, I agree with the entire lineup, but I would swap out Trossard and Martinelli and put Eze in there to give us something from that left wing. You know, let it, particularly if Calafiori is going to play, you know, with him and Calafiori, I think it gives you a completely different attack dimension, because we don't use our left wing enough in a game. And I think with Calafiori and Eze on that left, I think just gives you such a different attacking dynamic. And it's also something different against a low block or a mid block as well. Calafiori breaks blocks up really, really easily. So yeah, that would be my only two changes. Other than that, I think the team sheet's correct.
Okay. Brenny, I'll come to you. Obviously, thoughts on the lineup, but slight different here. Thoughts on a predicted lineup, because obviously this isn't the lineup that is guaranteed to, you know, be the lineup somewhere. But yeah, thoughts on this predicted lineup, but slightly different. Anybody in that Sunderland side that we need to be wary of?
I mean, I can only think of one player, to be honest with you, and it's, you know what, he's had his critics this season, but I'll tell you what, Bobby's not a bad player. And I'm not just saying that because he scored against us, the equalising goal, but the what popped up on the screen was Tottenham 0, Sunderland 0, and it was actually 1-1. And Robbie scored the equaliser. And the only how I can remember that equaliser, it was only because I remember Expression's take on it. You know, he was very happy. So, you know, that's how you never forget goals that Tottenham concede when you're watching Expressions, because he's telling you and he's reminding you. You know what I mean? But we're not going to end this stream blood anyway. So you know what I mean.
None of that.
But no, but seriously, I don't think he'll be a threat tomorrow. But I find in home games he's very confident, and he's definitely one to watch out. But I think whoever's man marking him will deal with him.
Yeah, and I mean, on that note, Ali, Brenny has obviously highlighted, Bobby as being a, potential danger, but is pretty optimistic, confident that our two centre backs can handle him. Obviously, on the screen now, we've got some key battles. So just kind of give me your general opinion, really. Obviously, thoughts on the predicted lineup, thoughts on what is going to be a very key battle between Bobby and our two centre backs.
Yeah, I think the predicted lineup is pretty much. Listen, if Hincapié starts, great. If Calafiori starts, great. So we're cool in that position. Whoever starts, I'm cool with that, calm with that. Midfield, I would like to see Declan Rice in the 6, just like we did against Leeds.
Yeah.
And Zubimendi is more creative, which is what Nick wants. So he can do that box to box. He can. He's got the ability to arrive in the box late to score it from from a pullback. If our wingers actually ever do that consistently, and he's just got the technical ability to arrive late into the box, because he's done it against Villa, he's done it against Leeds, he's done it in other games during the season, whether it's in the Champions League or the Premier League. So him in the 8, I think that really suits him, and he can play that role very well, and he reads the game very well. So he'll look after the ball more often than not, unless he's playing against Brian and Man United when he gave it away. In terms of the Sunderland players, I think Diarra is a good player. He's fast, strong. The striker, how do you pronounce his name?
Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie, not Bobby.
There's only one Bobby.
Yeah, he's a handful. Exactly. He is a handful, very physical, likes to pin his centre backs back. But if he doesn't get the service, he won't be. If we can, cut the service to him, he wouldn't be an issue. And that, I think we had Lefay. Is it Lefay? He's another. He's the one who done the number 10. He's the one who done the Panenka at the G-Tech against Brentford a few weeks ago. But I honestly believe if we can push up on them and put them under pressure, we can blitz them. We really could. I'm calm with the lineup. They've got a very good team themselves, but I'm confident we can get this job done in a professional manner and get our goal difference up.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, looking at the predicted lineup, I'd be absolutely fine if that were the lineup. I mean, I'm happy. I think we can kind of, nitpick, but I'd be happy, obviously, with Raya and goal, the back four that we brought up in terms of a predicted back four. Me personally, I'd love to. I'm not sure who said it. But I'd love to see Eze more in the lineup. And this is not me necessarily saying he deserves to be in the lineup. This is just me saying, look, he was a star-studded signing in the summer. He hasn't necessarily hit the ground running, but I just feel like the only way he is going to hit the ground running is if we actually see him play more. I just feel like this is probably maybe one of those kind of perfect opportunities where we can see how he fares again in the left. I mean, I genuinely can't see him coming into the midfield free, particularly now Havertz has come back, with a bang and is showing everybody just how much, how valuable he is and how much we have actually missed him, because his link-up play and what he brings
ridiculous.
Is absolutely undeniable. And you can see it. It's not rocket science. If you've got a pair of eyes, you can see it. So yeah, I would like to see. I think it was you, Nick, that said, for me, when I look at a fixture, one of the first questions I ask myself is this a Gabby game? Is this a Trossard game? That is true. Literally the area of the side. Everywhere else, I kind of
you go with it, don't you?
Yeah. I kind of just go with it, whatever is selected. But that's always the side where I just think to myself, I'll see Trossard and I'm like, I don't know, maybe this is a Gabby game. And obviously this is an area that we know needs addressing. There's no point banging on about it. We know it needs addressing. We know it's going to be addressed in the summer, fingers crossed. But I look at this game and I do think to myself, I mean, I'm going to kind of go around the panel because I think this is quite an important talking point. If me personally, I start Trossard. I think Sunderland are going to sit deep. I think they're going to make it difficult. I think there's going to be a lack of space. And I think that Trossard is probably best suited for a team that sits deep. I think he's technically better. I think he's much better at kind of making space where there isn't space. So I would go with Trossard. So I'll come to you first, Ali. Against Sunderland, on the left, who do you start with and why?
It's quite simple, Trossard or Eze. And at the moment, the way Mikel Arteta is doing his team selections, it should be Trossard. Technically, a lot more. He's technically further ahead of Martinelli. I don't think Martinelli will be that type of player ever in his career, unless he somehow learns how to, level up on that side of his game, which I don't think he would. He's a runner. He's a speedster. He's a bit like Theo Walcott. So he's not gonna fulfill that technical standard. So for me, it'll be Trossard or Eze. I would go with Trossard. I would love Eze to start, like some of the boys have said. But if Eze starts, Calafiori has to play.
Cool.
I don't think we can have Hincapié playing if Eze is on the left, because we need someone to overlap and actually create chaos. Whereas Hincapié can do that, but he's less of a chaos player. He's more of a no-nonsense player. He's not as technically gifted on the ball as a Calafiori at this stage, but I'm sure he will be able to develop that side of his game over Martinelli. So for me, I'd go with Hincapié on the left, Trossard on the left also, in the front three. And then if it's not working, then the next combination I want to see is Calafiori in the second half with Eze on the left, and keep the boys in the middle. Fingers crossed they will stay fit through the game to create the chaos and just go for it. If we are in a position, if it's 1-1 or 0-0, so we can go push and get the goals that we need.
Okay, right, Brenny, I'll come to you. I mean, Ali's kind of broadened it a little bit, which is a good thing. What would be your selection on the left? So would it be a Trossard, Martinelli, Eze, and then does that impact who you play at left back? So essentially what I'm asking you, Brenny, and I'll put that to obviously Nick and Neil after as well. What are you going with on the left side?
Tomorrow, for me, be Trossard. The only thing about, I think what concerns me with Trossard and Martinelli is that they're not always week in, week out players in terms of performance, regardless of how we do as a team. And that's what worries me. You know what I mean? Because if you were to turn around and say to Matthew Kelly, stars in their eyes, it'd be Trossard would be right tonight, Matthew. I'm going to be Robert Pires. Then you're getting week. You're getting week in, week out performances. And if Martinelli said, "Well, tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Mark Overmars," you're getting week in, week out performances. And I think, and you see both of them. I mean, Martinelli. It's like Martinelli at times. I find he looks absolute dynamite, and there's times where he doesn't. And you know what I mean. And I find with Martinelli, like last season, is that if he starts tomorrow, and you basically play a ball over to him, and as long as he beats his last man, he probably won't even miss. But I find with him, if the ball's played over, and the ball's played over him, and he's trying to get past his man, he won't beat his man, even if he's quicker than him. I just find that really weird. So I think this game, it suited Trossard, and I find with Trossard, we talk about there's not a lot of intelligent footballers in the game nowadays worldwide. But if you're talking intelligence in terms of, Trossard has a little bit of intelligence. I mean, he's not your Dennis Bergkamp, Kevin De Bruyne. I don't mean that type of intelligence player, but Zola, Cantona. But I would rather play him tomorrow, and I feel if he does start tomorrow, I feel he can also play with both Calafiori and Hincapié as well. So for me, Trossard, Eze, I'm worried about Eze. As much as I love the guy, I'm not gonna put my Eze hat on and say he deserves to start, because does he deserve to start right now? No, he doesn't. And I just feel with Eze, there's times where he's just trying too hard.
Yeah.
He's, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. And I think he just needs to relax and just play his game like he did at Palace last season. I mean, I know you're playing for the Arsenal, you got to work harder, of course, but he just needs to just chill. And
no problem. Right. No problem. Thank you, Brenny. Nick, what's the left-hand side? What left-hand side are you going with tomorrow against Sunderland?
Yeah, so the reason why I mentioned Martinelli is because I think defensively he's better than Trossard. How he tracks back and he gets back. And if you think back to the first game, and our vulnerabilities at times this year has come down the left-hand side, particularly when we subbed off Declan. You know, do you remember in that 2-2, was it we subbed him off and we just looked so exposed down the left-hand side? So that's one thing that is underrated with Martinelli that I'm in my head where I'm thinking about, particularly if we're trying to, you know, they're going to try and counter us. So you might need that bit of pace to track back. You might need that little bit. So that's where my head is at.
Makes sense.
What Brenny was saying there about Eze, when I'm thinking of an attacking point of view, I think there's a scenario at some point, gents, that I would be playing Havertz and Eze as two close tens to Gyökeres, because you can feed off them, and that sort of creativity and the ability to play the ball into him, whether that's 20 minutes in a game at some point, that is something that I would love Arteta to explore. I think finishing ability is probably, you've got to go Trossard, haven't you? He just seems to pop up. But somebody mentioned Theo Walcott, and I've got to say, if you put Theo in today's game, he would be a standout talent. In how he took on his men. They just, compared to what we've got in wingers in this country at the moment, Theo Walcott would start for England. I'm just putting it out. He's levels above what we've currently kind of seeing in this country. And what Brenny was saying about Eze, it's almost like Ian Wright in an England shirt. If you know, you know, where he was given so few chances, he literally had to snatch at it. And this is what Eze's in that space right now, and he's desperate. You can tell he's desperate. But you're right. I think he needs to not fear losing the ball. To take on his man and just find that. But that takes a manager like Wenger who would turn around and say, go out and express yourself. Go play some football.
Yeah.
Then if something happened, if Arteta was rushed off, God forbid, and we needed our Wenger to come in and immediate that attack, could you imagine it with that defence? Wenger coming in and saying, right, boys, Wenger ball for a game. This is what we're going to do. Oh, my gosh. It's almost sometimes there are times when we need to do that. Sorry,
we do. No, we do.
No problem. So, I mean, we've heard, obviously, Neil, you've heard from, obviously, the rest of the panel. So, you know, obviously, I think that the left-hand side is probably the most, the most kind of, vicious, talking point at the moment, obviously going ahead into the summer transfer window as well. So, I mean, obviously at home against Sunderland, what are you going with regards left winger and left back?
I always do this to you, mate, and I'm going to do it again. I think Saka could be in the squad tomorrow anyways. And I'm just saying that because Arteta was very coy in his press conference about when Saka will actually be back. So, I think there's a sneaky little surprise in the lineup tomorrow. But for me, the reason Eze isn't doing what he should be doing is because Arteta's holding him back. The guy is too scared to lose the ball. The guy is terrified of losing the ball, and I think it's really knocked his confidence. For me, I would start Eze on the left because he gives that creativity down the left. I think we'll forget that wonder goal that Gyökeres slid in and scored was that cross from Eze. He's got that in his locker. But again, drifting inside, I think it gives us a different dimension to brain dead Martinelli running down the line every single time. And I don't want to be horrible to the guy because I know in a game where it's an open, free-flowing game, Martinelli comes on, last 20 minutes, Eze pops the ball over the top and he scores against Man City. So we know he's got that in his locker, but he's just not a player that can play against a low block. He's not intelligent enough to do that. And I don't. I'll be horrible to the kid because let's face it, he's probably going to go to the World Cup and start for Brazil. But he is not intelligent enough in the Premier League to play that type of role against a low block. So for me, Eze starts, whether it's Nkapé or not. Eze gives you that ability to drift inside and create those two number 10s behind Gyökeres with Havertz, which is what Nick was talking about. So, and I think, guys, we've also got the best defensive pairing or back four in the league, in my opinion. And I think we should rely on them to stop counterattacks like other teams do. Let Eze have a bit more freedom. Let the boys up front play with freedom. You know, particularly in a home game, let our boys play with freedom. Let the defense do their job. Rice and Zubimendi doing their job as well, sitting in front of the back four, and let the attackers play football. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, now thank you everybody for your thoughts with regards, obviously, the left-hand side, because it definitely does seem to be something that's at the forefront of all Arsenal fans' minds, particularly when we are fast approaching the game and the hour before kickoff. Just want to pause there quickly and just big up, obviously, Bobby in the background, because he is with us. He might not be on the screen. And from everybody in the comments, everybody watching, and everybody in the panel, we do wish you a speedy recovery, and we can't wait to have you back, Bobby. So big up yourself. Want to big up over 100 people watching the stream. If for whatever reason you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do visit our YouTube channel, whether you're watching on X or YouTube. Please subscribe. We have passed the 300 subscriber milestone, and I think we're on about 314 at the beginning of this stream. So it'd be good for us to collect a couple more subs by the end of the stream. If you haven't obviously clicked the like on the video, then also please do that. Now we approach the time of the show that often excites me, but often worries me. It's the marvelous and the madness of what is some of Bobby's, no disrespect, some of Bobby's people's team selections. I'm going to do it in reverse order this time, even though we've just obviously heard from Neil. I'm going to start with you, Neil. So the first lineup, I need you to give me a rating out of 10 and a rationale as to why. So we've got Raya in goal. We've got a back four of White, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori. We've got a midfield three of Zubi, Rice, Havertz, and then a front three of Madueke, Trossard, and Gyökeres. So over to you, Neil.
9. Straight away. That's a 9. 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Why? I think he's good going forward. Maybe a little bit defensively. I'd be a bit worried about that having Timber in, but it's got Calafiori in, so I'm well happy about that. And yeah, I think that team takes on Sunderland and gives them a good 3-0 beating.
Excellent. Nick, I'll come to you. Next lineup is Raya in goal, a back four of White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Nkapé, a midfield three of Norgard, Rice, and Havertz, and then a front three of Madueke, Martinelli, and Jesus. So given what everybody has said, what are you thinking out of 10 and why?
I would go with a 6, and to disagree with my esteemed colleague, I would think Timber for White for me.
Yeah.
I would go Zubi over Norgard if I was to make that choice, and then on defensive for defensive, and I would definitely pick possibly Trossard over and Gyökeres over Martinelli and Jesus. So yeah, that's a few changes. So each one drops them a point, so about 6 for me.
No, I think that's pretty fair. I couldn't really disagree. Coach Ali, we'll come to you. You've got a lineup of Raya in goal, a back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Nkapé, midfield three of Zubi, Rice, Havertz, and a front three of Madueke, Trossard, and Gyökeres.
Yeah, that's what I let me see.
That's a good lineup.
That's pretty much the team that I expect to start tomorrow. When the team sheets come out, 9 out of 10.
Nice.
9 out of 10. I don't, the only place I would switch over is Zubi in the 8, Rice in the 6.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one. As soon as I saw that, because I could see the slide before I actually clicked it, and I thought, yeah, that's a good lineup.
Because for me, again, in that front three, we need technical players as well as explosive players. So whether you're playing a low block or not, obviously Martinelli comes in. For me, Martinelli in the Premier League, what happened at Leeds United, that's his role. He's a bit like Mikel Moreno. He's better off the bench when the game is stretched. That's no disservice to Martinelli. In the Champions League, I'd start him. In the Premier League, he's my bench player. Odegaard, you're my bench player now for the rest of the season. So this is just the reality of what we're in the form of the players, technical ability of the players, what game state we're playing, who we're playing, what formations we're playing up against. This is, as the season's gone on, I'm accepting Martinelli to be on the bench in the Premier League game. From now on, I want Odegaard on the bench. Like, you're not giving that creative spark. Eze, he's on the cusp. I would like to see last few games. He's been getting half an hour, 20 minutes. So it's better than 10 minutes that he was getting prior. So hopefully he even if Odegaard is fit and to be on the bench tomorrow, I would like to see Eze come on before Odegaard.
No problem.
That's what I would be looking out for.
No problem. Brenny, over to you for the next one. We've got Raya in goal, back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori. Midfield three of Zubi, Norgard, Havertz, and then a front three of Madueke, Jesus, and Gyökeres.
Interesting.
You're mulling over this one, isn't it?
You see with this one, right? I mean, I would. You see with Jesus, I would start him, but it's only because for me, I just find that he tends to do more when he's coming off the bench. You know what I mean? But for me, Zubimendi would be in the 8, Norgard would be in the 6. But other than that, I'd have to give it a solid 7.
Okay. No problem. We'll come back to you, Neil. You've got a starting 11 of Raya in goal, back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, midfield three of Zubi, Rice, Odegaard. Not going to be a popular choice, I don't think, for a lot of Arsenal fans. And then a front three of Madueke, Trossard, and Gyökeres.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid team. That's the team that's played most of the season, apart from obviously Madueke and Saka switching out. Yeah. Look, with Odegaard, Havertz is showing me more. I like Odegaard. I think he's a very good player. But I do believe that Havertz is showing us more. I still think Odegaard will have a part to play this season. I do. Hopefully, he realizes that he's not got a free ride anymore, and starts to play how he plays for his national team. Because if we get that Odegaard in, then I'd be giving this an 8-9. But currently, I'd probably give it a 6 because of the Odegaard thing.
Yeah, no problem. And the last one, we come to you, Nick. Raya in goal. We've got back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié. Midfield three of Zubi, Norgard, Havertz. And a front three of Madueke, Martinelli, and Jesus.
Yeah, not for me. These are more substitutions in the starting lineup. I've got to say that I'm looking at, every time we're looking at the lineup, do you guys ever think we could go to a back three?
Yeah,
we could.
Because you've got Gabriel, Hincapié, the way they go. Calafiori is a great sided left. I just think that would offer us anyway. That one I would give a 6. That's a 6 for me.
No problem. I mean, so we've gone through the lineups. Obviously, we've kind of looked ahead to the game. I know we were in the. I'm going to go in the current order. So if you are watching, and we've got over 120 people watching at the moment, please do put in your score predictions. So I'm going to come to you, Ali, Brenny, back to Neil, and then lastly with Nick. I want predictions. I want predictions based on how you see this game going, and then obviously score line. So Ali, I'll come to you first. How do you see this game playing out, and what's your score prediction?
Like always, pick the right team and win. For me, I would like to see a clean sheet, but I'd take a 3-1 Arsenal victory. Just Dan said the same thing as me. So
perfect timing.
Okay. Smooth, I would have to tip that. But I would like us to keep a clean sheet. I would like a 3-0. But I just got a feeling they might nick one. but it may be a consolation. But we need to make sure we're switched on from the start, go at them quickly, get as many goals in the first half as we can, and then rotate the team because we've got Brentford on Thursday. So these two games will either, for me, we take 6 points right now, and I think we've got one hand on the Premier League trophy. That's where I'm going. That's my vision. I just want to win I'm desperate to win the league at the Etihad. I want a guard of honor there, or I want to smack them.
Sweet.
It's not even banter right now. I'm just I'm locked in, man. Like, as soon as we won that game against Chelsea, I was like, right, Sunderland. I didn't even celebrate. I was like, next, because I just want to. This is what I expect from this team now. So 3-1. Hopefully, Havertz has a role to play in this game, and he makes us play a little bit more fluidly up in the front line. Yeah. And then whoever please take your chances. Don't take this late into the game, because we've got Brentford. We've got a nice gap between Saturday afternoon to Thursday night. So we're lucky with the fixtures and how they're falling. So let's make it count. There's no excuse of, they're tired from Tuesday to Saturday and then Saturday to Thursday. I need 3 wins. I've already got one on Tuesday night. Let's make it the second, and then we'll speak about Brentford when we get to it.
Wicked. Thank you, Ali. Brenny, you're up next. How do you see the game being played out, and what's your score prediction?
Before I say that, right? Before I give out my prediction, Ali, how are you and your family going to handle next Thursday, man? You're gonna, we'll probably end up winning 5-0, and you're gonna have to be as quiet as anything.
Oh, listen, the people around me know majority of that stadium's Arsenal fans. Just putting it out there for you all in West London. There's a lot of gooners that go down there. I sit around all the people that I sit around. They all know I'm an Arsenal fan, and they all have a little chuckle before the game starts. But I keep it respectful, and everyone's cool. But I'll get to that game. But let's get past Sunderland first. I want to get to just let's win tomorrow, man. Let's win tomorrow.
No worries, man. No worries.
Well, that's a good one.
I'm going for 3-1. I feel that I agree with Ali. It'd be a consolation. I feel we'll start off a little slow like we normally do, and then once we get that first goal, which will probably be about 32 minutes, then I think we'll just take full control and score a couple more goals in the second half, and then their consolation will probably be from us just keeping the ball and playing the ball like we normally do when we hold the ball in our own half for 2 minutes, and I think we'll probably lose possession. You see, because I would have said 3-0 you see, at times we're good at keeping possession, but we're not the side from 22 years ago. They make keeping possession make it look so easy. They could keep possession for 5 minutes. That's how good they were. You know what I mean? So I'm going for 3-1, but I think second half we'll take full control.
No problem. Over to you, Neil.
Last week I was really unfair on our defense. I said 4-1, and we ended up winning 4-0. So I was slightly unfair on our defense. But I think after the win over Chelsea and us being full of confidence for getting to a final, I think we.
Is he there?
Hey, Brady, are you on mute or what?
Just waiting to speak again, Neil.
Brenny's just having his own conversation. It's all good.
No. It's my neighbour. He was just gonna Mrs. just gonna let him in.
Cool.
Right, no, seriously. Our downstairs door. There's a huge problem with it. Long story, but
That's cool.
Yeah, so
crazy.
Sorry,
cool,
continue.
You want to put some bars on there? Someone wandering into your house. Right. So like I said, mate, I think it's going to be, like I said, I think it'll be a sticky first 20 minutes of the game. I think we'll feel them out. But I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to Arsenal. Last week I wish I'd said 4-0. But I was a bit tentative, whereas this week I'm going to back the boys to get a clean sheet. And yeah, I'm going to go in with a 3-0 win to Arsenal.
No problem. And last but by no means least, Nick, over to you. How do you see it being played out, and what's your score prediction?
We've seen the same first half practically 24 times this season, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to take the Spaniard at his word, because, and we're going to go out there tomorrow, guys, and we're going to play with some blooming chest, as though we are champions elect. We are going to play them off the park, and we are going to get a 3-0 win. We're going to put the game to bed early, and then I'm going to wake up and say, why on earth did I say that on stream when it's 0-0?
No, fingers crossed. Let's hope it is the case.
But no, I feel it coming at some point. At some point, we have got to go out there and play like champions if we're going to win this. We've got to take what's ours. You can't do it apologetically or with a whimper. At some point, you've got to start making statements, and we've got to go out there and give those boys in blue a message. And it's like, we've got to suck the confidence out of them before they take them to the pitch at Anfield.
Yeah.
No matter what happens today, guys, you're maintaining the gap.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we need to do. If we're playing dominoes, we're slapping that hard on the table. You know what I mean? It's showing them who we are. We are showing them. And that's what's got to start from tomorrow. And so I'm saying 3-0 confidently.
Yeah, we're going to dick on them.
That's it. Right. Yeah, go on, Ali.
Just so that everyone knows, so you know all this, like all these narratives that have been flying around different platforms and etc. If we win by 2 or more goals tomorrow, we will be plus 31 or plus 32 on the goal difference. Just thought I'd just mention that.
Yeah. I hear it.
But we don't.
Boring Arsenal.
We don't score a lot of goals.
Boring Arsenal. Yeah.
We don't score a lot of goals though.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I hear it. No, I mean, as you heard it from everyone, I mean, me personally, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. I don't think it will be tight, but I don't think we'll run away with it. I think it will be initially quite cagey. I think we'll get one goal maybe before half time, and I think we'll finish them off in the second half. And then I think pretty much from there, I think we'll play probably within ourselves a little bit. So that's why I don't think we'll run away with it. I don't think we'll need to get out of many gears to put this Sunderland team away from home in particular. So that's it from me. Obviously, I'm going to hand over to Bobby in a second, not just yet, but I just want to thank and big up everybody in the comments. As always, it's an absolute pleasure to have you spending your Friday evening with us. If for whatever reason you haven't obviously subscribed or liked, please do that. We are going to be back. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ali. We're going to be back on Sunday at 6:45 for the match reaction. Thumbs up from Ali.
Yes.
So yes. So Bobby, if you could take the lead and give our guests the stage, please.
Yeah, thanks for having me on again. As always, you can always find me here on the Football Takeover, and you can always find me on my own channel as well, Brenny K74. I'm on the road to 500, even though I've only got 100 and about 115 subs. But yeah, I'm aiming high, road to 500. And yeah, it's been really good. The content I've put on there as well. Hopefully, I'll be doing a match reaction at some point on Sunday, most likely. You can always also catch me on Instagram threads, and you can catch me on X as well. So yeah, thanks again. Big up the chat. Please like, share, subscribe to Football Takeover and myself.
Hey, I'm here wherever there is here on the Football Takeover. Arsenal above all, Brenny 74K. Just wherever there's a gooner needed, I am your kind of. That's it. Thanks, Bob.
Hey guys, yeah, thank you again for having me on the show. Appreciate it and really enjoy it. Enjoy the time we spend together. Yeah, again, always on Football Takeover whenever I can, whenever they want me. But also, yeah, on Brenny's channel as well. Every now and then I hop on there. But yeah, thank you to everyone, and you can catch us on X as well, and the Discord, Football Takeover Discord as well.
Yes, obviously we are here on YouTube, Football Takeover, and also on X, TikTok, and Instagram. It's Football TK Over. Please do subscribe, like, share, follow, whatever platform you're on, and push this content out to the masses, not just Arsenal fans, football fans in general, because we will be doing shows in the future that will involve more than just the Arsenal. And obviously, we've got the transfer shows, obviously, to look forward to in the summer.
Brilliant. And yeah, thank you so much. I just want to thank lots of people here. So I want to thank Bobby, obviously pulling the strings in the background. I want to thank Coach Ali for being my partner in crime on these streams. I want to obviously thank Brenny, Neil, and Nick, absolute top gooners that obviously, you know, help us deliver, you know, streams and content to the masses. I want to big up everybody watching, everybody in the comments. It's an absolute pleasure to have you, you know, join us along, you know, this journey and kind of authentically grow the channel. I'm G Talks Arsenal. You can find me obviously on the Football Takeover, which is this YouTube channel that you're currently watching. I do a lot of my interacting on X. So if for whatever reason you want to interact with me, please don't make it toxic, because I do get some daggers every now and then on there. But it's all good. Obviously, you know, jump on there. We can interact. If for whatever reason obviously you've heard us mention the Discord. So we are building a really good community in the Discord. So if you want to join the Discord, if you don't have an X account, but you know somebody who does, then or if you know somebody who's in the Discord already, quite a few of our members will kind of directly contact me to get an invitation link, and we can get that sent to you. Or if you do have an X account, just directly DM me on X. Just put G Talks Arsenal, and you'll see me come up looking cool in my shades with a fresh trim. So yeah, all good. Really enjoyed the show. Obviously, we will be back on Sunday for obviously the reaction show to tomorrow's game. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff tomorrow afternoon. And yeah, that's all from us. I mean, nothing more to be said other than thank you, everybody. Big game tomorrow, huge game on Sunday. So yeah, let's hope we can get the 3 points. We'll see you on Sunday, and come on, you Gunners. So yeah, evening from us all. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world, have a lovely weekend, people. Take it easy. Peace.